everyone. Let's understand what is agency in PYP classroom, how it looks like, what are the things educators should create in their classroom that will facilitate students' agency. Before starting, let's understand what is students' agency. Students' agency is basically empowering our learners to take the ownership of their learning educational experiences. So, how do that happen? That only happens when there is active participation in the learning, making meaningful choices, developing self direction, and taking responsibility for learning outcomes. How do a educator facilitate all these four domains in their classroom? I have listed various things in this presentation, which we will go ahead step by step to understand how exactly, if you are a PYP educator, you can facilitate students' agency in your respective classroom. To start with, let's look at learning environment. Designing learning environment plays a very vital role in students' agency facilitation. So, flexible sitting arrangements, learning zones. If you do not know about learning zone, I have given here one example. You can go through it so that you understand how does learning zone look like in a respective classroom. Resource availability. Resource availability based on the learning needs, learning style of your learners is very much important to facilitate students' agency. Next, we go to visual learning menu. Visual learning menu example is given over here. If you do not know what it means and how it looks like, when you read through it, it's self-explanatory, and I'm sure you will be able to understand it once you read it, so that this can help to facilitate students' agency in your classroom. So, overall, the learning environment plays a very vital role. The second is inquiry based learning. So, inquiry driven learning also supports indirectly students' agency. How do that happen? With provocations, giving opportunity for students to generate their own questions, inquire about their questions, and then present their own questions, findings. Open ended research opportunities given to the learners, reflective journals, self and peer assessments, learning portfolios which are generated and then celebrated, goal setting, conferences, personalized success criteria for each learners. When all these things fall in place, it means you are facilitating students' agency in your respective grades. What is the teacher role in supporting students' agency? Teachers are basically the facilitators, not the controller. Designing meaningful learning experiences is very much important to facilitate students' agency in your classroom. Providing scaffolding based on the need and the readiness of the learner. Encouraging risk taking. Valuing each student's perspective is very, very much important if you want to facilitate students' agency. So empowering student isn't mean that letting them do whatever they want. It's about guiding them to become confident, reflective learners. So here are a few examples for each grade level from grade 1 to grade 5 I've listed, and there are various strategies which you can go through, which will help you to facilitate students agency in your classrooms. So this is for grade 1, how agency will look like in your classroom through agency, through learning process. For grade 2, here is the example. Grade 3, these are the various examples which you can implement in your classroom to facilitate students' agency. And here is an example for grade 4 as well. Moving ahead, example for grade 5. So, based on the cognitive development of the child, for each grade, it goes on increasing and becoming more complex. Okay, so let's move ahead to understand what is exactly cross cutting agency strategies available. When you give choice boards to the students, when you look at flexible grouping, when there is a learning menu, when there is personalized learning pathway goals, when student led the conferences, reflection journals and portfolios are available in your classroom. And if all these things are in place, that means you are facilitating students' agency. By doing all these things indirectly, when each student's voice is being considered in a classroom, you are differentiating also in the teaching learning process. Moving ahead, the key principles of agency are students' voice matter, and that also each student's voice matter. Voice with guidance, scaffolding, reflection. Learning is collaborative and not isolated. Reflection is continuous, which will help them to reflect back and look at what learning pathway they would like to go ahead with. Action have meaningful impact on the teaching and learning process. Implementing tips for agencies are as follow. Start small. There are various things listed. Lot of things are available on internet as well. But if you have decided to implement students agency in your classroom, start small. Reflect back. Look what you can go ahead. Know your learners, know their needs, know their learning styles before you start implementing any strategies with your classroom. Provide them clear structures and instructions. Offer scaffolding wherever need be. Celebrate each child's risk-taking. Embrace flexibility and trust your each and every learner. So that was all about students agency. I hope you were benefited with this video. In the next video, I would look come up with how students voice choice and ownership looks like in each grade with few of real life examples. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.